In the high-tech world we live in, everyone understands that a computer is useless without an operating system. You can have the most expensive hardware, the fastest processor, and the most beautiful screen. But if the firmware is corrupted, the machine is a brick. It will freeze, it will crash, and eventually, it will burn out. Now, look at yourself. You are the most sophisticated piece of biological hardware in the known universe. Your brain, your neural networks, your endocrine system, this is hardware of divine precision. But here is the question. What operating system are you running? Most people are running a firmware that was installed when they were 5 years old. It is a collection of outdated beliefs, social viruses, and ancestral fears. They try to build a 2026 life on a 1990 operating system. This is why you feel exhausted. This is why your body is failing. This is why you feel like you are fighting against a current. You are not broken, your firmware is simply obsolete. Today, as an architect of reality with half a century of research, I am handing you the update. The Kaizen Firmware. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning improvement. But in the engineering world, and in our mastership of life, it means something much deeper. It is the philosophy of small, incremental, yet relentless changes that lead to a total structural transformation. When we talk about Kaizen Firmware, we are talking about rewriting the source code of your daily reactions. Think about your DNA. Modern science, quantum genetics, tells us that our DNA is not a static book. It is a programmable interface. It responds to the software of your thoughts and the frequency of your environment. If your internal software is constantly sending signals of stress, lack, and I am not enough, your biological hardware starts to degrade. Your cells literally begin to build a low-quality version of you. The Kaizen firmware stops this process. It introduces a new command line: continuous correction. We are not looking for a miracle overnight. A miracle is often unstable. We are looking for an engineering shift. 1% today, 1% tomorrow. In a year, you are not just a better person, you are a different species. Before we can install the new update, we must perform a disk cleanup. Your mind is currently hosting malware programs that were installed without your consent. Common viruses include the comparison virus. It drains your energy by constantly measuring your internal state against someone else's external facade. The victim script. It locks your bioenergetic field into a state of powerlessness, making you a passenger in your own life. The legacy error. These are traumas passed down through generations that live in your cellular memory. To install the Kaizen firmware, you must become a conscious system operator. You must sit with your human technical manual and your notebook and identify these files. When a negative thought arises, you don't fight it. You simply label it. Foreign code detected. By doing this, you create a gap between the program and the architect. You are no longer the virus, you are the one observing the virus. This is the moment the deletion begins. How do we seed this new firmware into our biology? We use the frequency of love and structural precision. Every morning, when you wake up, you are in the boot-up phase. This is the most critical time for firmware alignment. This is when you run your system check. Check your body. Where is the tension? That tension is a data packet of old information. Use the Mikulin method. Use your breathing. Use your focused attention to clear that sector of your hardware. The Kaizen firmware requires manual input. You must consciously choose your frequency for the day. You don't wait for the world to tell you how to feel. You upload the feeling of stability, the feeling of the architect, into your neural pathways. Repeat this throughout the day. Every time you feel a system lag, a moment of anger or exhaustion, stop. Run the Kaizen script. Small correction. Return to center. Align with the manual. As the Kaizen firmware settles in, you will notice that your output, your external life begins to change. Your health improves because your cells are now receiving high-quality instructions. Your business or projects start to flow. Because your mental plane is no longer cluttered with trash files. This is the mastership of life. You stop being a victim of your biology and start being its designer. You are the architect. You are the coder. And you now have the most advanced firmware ever designed for a human being. Open your manual. Start the audit. The update is 99% complete. The final 1% is your action. Welcome to the new reality. Let us begin.